Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the HR Practitioners Podcast, where we analyze business from the perspective of an HR professional. I'm your host, the HR Pro, and on today's program, I wanted to have a brief discussion and provide you all with an overview of an HR business partner. So we're going to be discussing, what it is, what an HR business partner does, and also what skills are necessary in order to be successful as an HR business partner. So, as the name implies, an HR business partner is a partner to the business, but this person specializes in human resource activities. So there's an expectation for an HR business partner to have a certain level of business acumen. This person would need to understand the various financial statements and um, how to analyze those financial statements and tell a story with it. Um, the HR business partner is also expected to have some analytical skills, as well as they would also need to be comfortable with technology. And one of the most important aspects of being a HRBP is to understand the customer. Dave Ulrich, who is considered one of the thought leaders of modern HR management, he always stresses that the customer of HR is the customer of the business. Um, Far too often, people think that the customer, HR's customer, is the employees or the business management of the organization. But in all actuality, the customer of the business is HR's customers. So once you think of it in that aspect, it really changes the paradigm around, what activities you're going to focus on. So that's basically what an HR business partner does. They put together an HR strategy to really support the business. So if we're gonna go a little deeper into what this position actually does on a day-to-day basis, it's very nuanced, right? So being that this position is going to be somewhat of a liaison between the customer and the employees as well as management. It's very important for this person to align all of the functional areas of human resources to the business objective. And an example of that is, providing solutions to where the organization wants to go. So a more specific example is, suppose an organization is looking to expand to another geographic area. The HR business partner would play an integral role in identifying talent within that new geographic area to identify any talent that's available. And not only that, the HR business partner would also need to understand the market rates for acquiring labor in that new geographic area. So there's a lot of assessments that need to be done as an HR business partner when you're looking to align those activities with the organization's strategy. Another example of where it's important for an HR business partner to be involved is in mergers and acquisitions. We're living in a time where a lot of large global organizations are acquiring smaller startups. And whenever these acquisitions occur, there's a lot of activities that happen on the back end, right? So there's a lot of due diligence that needs to happen because you have two cultures that are coming together. So the HR business partner plays a very important role in meshing those two cultures together, taking a look at the benefit programs that may be offered, eliminating any redundancies that may exist within both organizations. There may also need to be some layoffs for any redundant talent within different functions. Um, so there's a lot of activities that go into mergers and acquisitions, and the HR business partner plays a very important role in that process. So it's a very good role for someone who's looking to be a generalist. If you have an HR generalist background, you can be successful as an HR business partner. But there are some things that are extremely important for you to have as in your skill set in order to be successful. And some of those skills, which we're gonna get into, as I mentioned before, is business acumen. So the person that's an HR business partner has to understand the business. The person that's the HR business partner also has to have very good consulting skills, because you're constantly going to be meeting with business unit leaders and senior management, and you're going to need to understand what their needs are and translate those needs into HR solutions. The HRBP is also going to be expected to have very good communication skills, both verbally and uh, in written communication as well. And also, one of the most important skill sets for an HR business partner is to be able to build relationships. You're going to be dealing with different personalities within the the organization, and there's going to be some competing priorities, and you're going to need to be able to navigate those different personalities that you'll be interacting with. So it's a very nuanced position. It's very important for organizations to have an HR business partner. And as an HR professional, it's important for you to refine some of those skills and constantly try to get better in each and every one of these areas. So that's basically a high level overview of what an HR business partner is. In part two, I'm going to lay out some steps that you can take in order to, um, really implement your HR business partner skills within your organization so that you can use it today. So thanks for listening, and look out for part two. See you soon.